As Michael just mentioned, the Australian lawyer Melinda Taylor has reportedly been moved into what Libyan authorities are calling preventative detention. For more, Latika Burke joins us now from Canberra. Latika, good morning. What more can you tell us?
Well, good morning, Karina. We're seeking clarification from the Australian Government and the Department of Foreign Affairs about what they understand preventive detention to mean when it comes to the Libyan authorities. We know that yesterday the Australian Government was not backward in coming forward in asking Libya free these four lawyers, including the Australian Melinda Taylor. Prime Minister Gillard later yesterday reiterated that call, but Australia has now clearly been rebuffed in an escalation of this situation in Libya, with the four lawyers being placed in preventive detention for 45 days, and they are accused of spying. So it really is a serious matter now.
No doubt there'll be more to come on that story in the days ahead. Latika, the Prime Minister Julia Gillard also made an appearance on Q&A last night and, as usual, couldn't escape questions on gay marriage and Julian Assange.
Yeah, that's right. The Prime Minister noted when she was asked a question about Julian Assange that every time she appears on Q&A, she gets asked that question. The other question you can pretty much bank on if you're appearing on Q&A is one on gay marriage. Now, the Prime Minister should well have been prepared for this, and it seems she may have been, because she tried to flesh out, Karina, a bit more of an explanation about why she opposes gay marriage personally. Now, keep in mind, last year Labor Party changed their platform to allow their MPs a conscience vote on this. But the Prime Minister has been strident in her opposition to allowing same-sex couples to marry. And that's really perturbed some people who can't reconcile that with her being an atheist, with her being in a de facto relationship, and of course her being in many ways a very progressive Prime Minister in that respect. Let's have a listen to the Prime Minister's explanation.
I, of all people, would sit before you and say, I think that you can have a relationship of love and commitment and trust and understanding that doesn't need a marriage certificate associated with it. I've taken a particular view about it. You know, it's a view that some people might look at me and think, oh, it's an odd one for her to hold, but it is a view I hold, and I hold very deeply.
That's Julia Gillard on Q&A last night. Now, Latika, it's literally back to business today with the summit in Brisbane.
Yeah, Karina, the Prime Minister's called together 130 people, many of them from business, many of them from the unions, for an economic gabfest in Brisbane. Now, unions will go in, of course, asking for more industry assistance, as they want to do, but the Prime Minister wants to lay out some plans for Australian businesses to integrate more with Asia. That's one of the government's priorities and focuses. It dubs the Asian century as the next kind of avenue for Australia. And the Prime Minister, writing in the Australian newspaper today, says Australia is not so much the lucky country, but fortunate because of its hard work. So maybe we'll be called now the hard-working country.
Latika Burke in Canberra. Will come back to you a bit later.
Thanks, Karina.